Hello everyone, I am Professor G.S. Anavkar, working as Assistant Professor at Department of Civil Engineering of Jheel College of Engineering and Research. I have completed my Masters in Environmental Engineering and presently Research Scholar at NIT Surat. By, list, by last 15 years, I am teaching to engineering students and dealing with the subjects like air pollution and control, water and wastewater engineering, building construction, building technology and materials, and air pollution and control. Today I am going to introduce a subject entitled Building Technology and Architectural Planning. This subject has been newly reframed in the 2019 pattern of second year civil engineering course designed by Savitribai Phule Pune University. Coming to the this subject, basically engineer is the person who applies the knowledge of mathematics and science in field. That is nothing but engineering. But a civil engineer applies these skills, this knowledge in the environment, in the his knowledge to build the environment, and whatever you see, whatever you observe around yourself, all that infrastructural development is nothing but the creativity of civil engineer. If you turn around, you may found a different infrastructural projects, different construction activities going on around you, and there is a large contribution of civil engineer. So as a civil engineer, you have to build the mega projects like dams, airports, docks, harbors. You have to build the roads, and along with this you have to build the different buildings or different construction projects or structures. Now by using these all these skills, you have to plan, you have to design, and you have to build this environment with the concern of its maintenance also. So as a civil engineer, you have to deal with all these aspects, that is to plan, design, build and maintain in the and for the built environment. Now this is a slide which will indicate the giantness of this branch, that is a core discipline of engineering, that is civil engineering branch. Yes, these are the seven vendors, and in the construction as well as maintenance of these structures there is a large contribution of civil engineer. And when there is a maintenance part and the construction part is there, there is a need of the knowledge of building construction technology as well as its planning. So this subject will be dealing with the construction processes, different material selection, supervisory controls, maintaining quality, and along with this, the legal aspect of different post and pre-commissioning projects. The course objectives has been aligned as to enumerate different types of structure and their requirements. So there are different structures and different buildings exist which are categorized as per their utility, and accordingly one should, as a civil engineer, one should know about its uniqueness. So that uniqueness can be highlighted by categorizing under its specific type. Another objective is to describe all basic activities in construction. Now all those basic activities which involves starting from site clearance to the finishing of any project, and which ends when you are going to hand over any project. So all those activities you have to describe. So this subject will give you all those ideas, all those construction activities involved in the project. To study different types of materials, bylaws and architectural aspects. So this is the important part as a civil engineering project, where you have to select the material with reference to its suitability, with reference to its availability, and one of the important factor, that is a fund availability. And accordingly, this subject will be also give you the idea about which type of material is suitable for the specific kind of project. The architectural aspect for any construction project is nothing but is to provide the architectural forms to any structure, and that component will be also deal in this subject. And the last one is to plan different building units considering the town planning aspects as well as the safety as an important parameter. So we have to, this is very essential, that as we have the limited scope for space and the available space, we have to provide the maximum amenities, maximum spaces utilization, and that is why the space utilization is the very important component in the any for any construction projects. And so all these aspects will be handled in this subject, that is building construction and architectural planning. At the end of this course, you may able to identify the different types of building and their basic requirements. For example, for once you have to go for the hostel building, then you should know what are its requirement. If it is a hotel building, then the requirements may be different. So accordingly, you can distinguish what are the different requirements of each and every building. Then the make use of architectural principle and building bylaws. That will be the another important outcome of this subject. Architectural principles are different than the civil engineering principles, as they deal with the space utilization and somehow the beauty of the structure. And that is why as a civil engineer, one should know about what is the importance of architectural planning also. You can effectively plan various residential buildings depending upon the utility. So depending upon the owner requirement, one should have, as a civil engineer, we should have to design to plan the various residential building. That skill you can gain after studying this subject. Plan effectively various types of public buildings also. So as a civil engineer, we also have to deal with, say, construction of railway stations, airports, docks, harbors, any hostels, schools, colleges, number of public buildings we have to construct, and whichever nowadays a very important infrastructural project announced by Government of India, and accordingly one should know about what will be their requirements. Make use of principle of planning. So in case of town planning, we have to deal with the zoning aspect. What is the space requirement? What is the availability of space? What are different zones designed? For example, green zone is there, CRZ is there. All those kind of zones, you can get the knowledge of all these principles of planning for different villages by considering the safety aspect. And the last one and least one, that is understand different services and safety aspect. So different services by any construction project, that will be also deal with along with the safety concern, and that will be the major and one of the important outcome after studying or after going through this course. Now coming to the syllabus, there will be total 6 units. Unit 1 will be dealing with the introduction to building construction and masonry. It is nothing but it will be dealing with the construction, how the building construction will be starting, and how the different masonry component, that is brick masonry, stone masonry, how the bricks and stones will be laid differently. Is there any beautification can be possible? All these concerns will be discussed in this chapter. Along with this, which are those quality control or which are those supervisory control as a civil engineer we need to monitor, that also parameter we are going to discuss in this chapter. In the second chapter, we will be dealing with the building bylaws and introduction to architectural drawing. The engineering graphics subject you have already deal with your first year engineering, and now there will be the application of all those skills you have achieved. So in this particular unit, we will be discussing the different building bylaws, what is the front space, what is the side margins, how much distance we have to maintain from the boundaries, what will be the distance from the road or central line of road. All those building bylaws we will discuss, we will learn in this second unit, and along with the architectural drawing. In the third unit, that will be dealing with the building components. Basically, building component, every building has been distinguished into 3 major components, that is substructure, superstructure, and in between there will be the plinth. So we will be dealing with all those minute level components in substructure, superstructure, and also in plinth. The unit 4 will be dealing with the residential building and green buildings. Now everyone is known about residential building, and somehow green building is new concept, as it is a nothing but the introduction of such structures which will be getting the maximum utilization of natural resources and minimization of man-made resources, and that will be the conservation of energy component within the structure. That will be the green building theme, and that we are going to learn in this topic. In the unit 5, you are going to learn about planning of public building. So public building like hostels, schools, colleges, etc. And the requirement while planning such building that we are going to learn. And in unit 6, the town planning and legal aspects. This is the another blend of this subject, that is legal aspect. For any project, pre-commissioning and post-commissioning activities will be there, which will be having some legal or some judiciary content which we are going to study, like land acquisition process, pre-commissioning processes, some taking permissions from different authorities, and handling over the project without any nuisance. So all those comes under this legal aspect part. So such this will be the, if you observe all these 6 units, there will be the perfect blend of building construction technology as well as the all those legal aspect involved in the pre-commissioning as well as post commissioning processes in for the construction projects. And the examination pattern, the entire at the end of semester, within the semester you have to face the in semester examination of 30 marks and end semester examination of 70 marks. So total 100 marks weightage will be there. So before concluding of today's session, so this will be the very important subject with reference to as a civil engineer, which will be giving you the idea about how to deal with the construction practices involved in every construction project, how to handle the different legal aspects, how to take the permissions, and how to hand over the project without any litigations to the owner. So that is the conclusion of this today's session. Thank you for your patience.